machinery. The whole place is a machine.
Hello ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the final level of Indiana Jones and the Infernal Machine. This level takes place in the Aetherium. As you will have seen in the previous episode, we finally got all of the pieces back into the Infernal Machine, and now we are deep within it. This is Marduk's realm. He is the god that we have been facing off against unknowingly this entire time. And now we need to work out what it is we're going to do. These little eagle critter thingies, I don't think we particularly want to deal with those too much. Now, the main gimmick of this level is this ethereal, swirling, vortexy kind of stuff. Yeah, this is going to make this level a little bit tricky to negotiate. You may notice our ethereal exposure indicator thingy down in the bottom, ordinarily only appearing when we use the machine part. Now, it's... Oh, we've been poisoned! Oh, there's a lot of porcupine critters down here. We're going to need to just execute all of these. They have a lot of health. So yes, that ethereal indicator you may be seeing down at the bottom there, you will also be noticing that it's not replenishing. Because we're in a completely alien place, that will not replenish, which means that this level is kind of a race against time also. Because we need to... Well, we don't need to complete the level before that indicator runs out, because there are ways to replenish it in the game, but what we need to do is act fast. Whenever we're in these vortexy tunnel things, that indicator will deplete, and we need to be very mindful of that throughout our time in this level. So, we also have, you may have seen the spinny ringy things in there, and that indicates that we need to be more careful apparently. That indicates that there is a crossroads right there. I'll try and demonstrate that a bit more carefully in just a moment, assuming that I can actually get there. So you'll see that the tunnel only has a vertical entry just there. However, here the tunnel actually continues horizontally right here. So things can get a little bit trippy and a little bit difficult to follow, but we will do our best. The borders around the tunnels here indicate what tunnel we are in, so that it should be easy to negotiate. Now what's this? Hang on a second. We've been there before. Isn't that... This is the entrance to King Solomon's mines, isn't it? More or less? Interesting. We don't seem to be able to do anything here though. There's this...
Now, from this side, the barrier between worlds isn't so absolute. Here's a slice of ordinary reality.
So, behind this gate is part of the real world, as opposed to this new dimension we find ourselves in. That's very important, because if we can gain access to the parts of the real world, that will enable us to recharge our ethereal exposure indicator. But first of all, we need to find something that will enable us to open up those membranes. So we're going to go for a little hunt around to see if we can locate that tool. But I'm not entirely sure where it is at the moment. And it's not down here either. This looks like the Palawan Lagoon. Yep. It turns out you can't just put your hand against the membrane and break it. There is a tool that we need to find. And I'm not sure what tunnel it's down. We've tried the... what colour was it? Was it the red tunnel? Now we have the orange tunnel. Maybe the next tunnel around will be a bit more forgiving. So as you can see already, it's getting a little bit tricky to follow. We've negotiated through this spinny ringy thing on 4 different occasions now. Each one has taken us in a different direction and to a different place. Maybe this purple tunnel will give us a clue. Nope. This is the Tian Shan River. And it looks like there's a second membrane on the other side there. So the purple tunnel, I think, is what we need to go to progress through the level. But first, first we need to find the tool that will let us separate those membranes. So with any luck, hopefully, it'll be down this tunnel, the green tunnel. Or cyan, depending on what colour the machinery is flashing. And this one comes back on itself. I think this is the tunnel. Ah, yes, here we are. We break through the membrane of the tunnel right there. We just need to do a flying leap. This is where we fell through at the start of the level. We fell through the top there into where we just were. And this right here is our tool.
The tool from beyond.
The tool from beyond. That will allow us to separate those membranes and gain access to ordinary reality, allowing us to refill our ethereal indicator and stopping us from succumbing to its adverse effects. As we have seen throughout this series, if that indicator depletes all the way, then we begin to take damage to our health. And as we have also seen, when our health depletes, we die. Although I feel like that's a bit of a stating the obvious sort of statement. So let's swim through all of these tunnels once again, open up the segments of ordinary reality, because there are also items that we can recover from these places that will help us out.
Well now, this gizmo seems to open up contact with ordinary reality.
And of course, using the device depletes our ethereal indicator even more.
And I feel better already.
Stepping out into ordinary reality, here we are back in the deserts of Meroe.
What have
We don't need to go on a hunt for King Solomon and his mines this time though. We do, however, need to go on a hunt for his gems, but more on that a little bit later. Let's just wait for the indicator to totally refill, and then we'll go back into the Aetherium, and then we shall explore the other tunnels, because like I said, there are items and things to be obtained from those slices of reality. Mostly treasure, but also occasionally health, and sometimes maybe even an actual quest item that we need. Now you may have noticed actually that when we fell down to the bottom of this area, we picked up a light blue prism. That counts for treasure here in the Aetherium, as well as the pieces of treasure we obtained from ordinary reality. And now here we are in the Palawan Lagoon, I believe. If we press this button, it doesn't do anything this time, because of course it doesn't, because we are just in a little slice of ordinary reality, and what that button initially activated is not present in that little segment, which is fine. We now need to move on to our next one, which I believe was the Tian Shan River's candle holders, and that had the membrane which allows us to continue with the rest of the level. So let's just go there. These bird things seem rather docile, which is fine by me. I presumed that they would be dangerous and attack us, but they don't seem to actually be that concerned about our presence, which is absolutely fine by me. The less ammunition we have to spend on killing things, and the less things trying to kill us, the better. Here we go. There. Is there any treasure in this section? I don't believe there is. It's just the candle holder.
Success.
Fantastic. Alrighty then. Let's do a save at this point. We're making a little bit of progress. Aetherium? Was that how it was spelt? Something like that. Now, this may also be a multi-part level. It can get kind of long. There's a few bits and bobs we need to do in this level, so do be aware for that, but we will see what we can do. Just swimming through these anti-reality tunnels. If we come through here, that drops us down into somewhere. Then we have another tunnel. The door behind us has sealed, and there are, of course, porcupines for us to kill, and floating, what reminds me of like Daddy Longlegs, which we will also need to take out. that explode into electricity. Nope, don't do it. Then there's another one over here also. We have to wait for them to phase into reality before we can attack them. Through this hole in the middle here is again where we fell through the level at the start. If we look up, there's Sophia, where we fell into the level as well. Very vertical level. So our next thing that we need to do is, well, find out where we need to go. We can't go from anywhere in here, which means that we need to climb through these reality tunnels. We need to go upwards. So let's engage in that. We're going to swim up this first one. First, I'm using the word swim rather loosely, only because that's like the movement that we're making. So I feel like that's probably the most accurate description for it. Although I don't know if it is technically swimming because you're just moving through air, basically. So I can't quite remember how to solve this section properly. Let's just explore around this level that we're on for the time being. Maybe there's something that will become clear. If we come out here...
Sophia?
Indy, get me out of here! I'm turning stone or something.
Oh dear, Sophia's not in a good way. We need to progress forwards and quick. Okay, we can't do anything on this level. That is fine. Let's continue to swim upwards because it looked like there was a little bit more going on further up. And of course the tunnel does continue forwards as well. Now, doesn't look like much to do there. However, it does look like a door that will open, but not yet. We need to go upwards and follow the curve in the tunnel right here, which drops us down into here. All of the tunnels from that bottom area will have led us up to here.
Marduk, you're one of those angry gods, I'll bet. Ugly, too.
Welcome to the Aetherium, mortal.
Indy, unfazed by the gods, just brazenly insults them. Fantastic. Oh, well, he's paying for it now. So, this is where we face off against the mighty Lord Marduk. However, at the moment, we are unable to actually do anything against him. So, let's just go into here, which is where we were going to go until I decided to have a little run around. That drops us underneath his arena right here. I think there's one of those in here. Oh god, that caught me? Really? There's a treasure. We'll have that. Ah, there's another one over there too. Oof. Big electrical explosions. Nothing in there. And a corridor. Oh, all sorts of carnage and danger through there. Okay, let's get the machine pistol out. Maybe I should have just like thrown a grenade into that section. Still can. See if that'll take care of things a bit better. Okay, I think we got the porcupines, but the floaty thing didn't seem too concerned. We got rid of one of the porcupines. Fair enough. Okay, I have a rip in reality right here. Teotihuacan.
What do you know? It worked.
It worked indeed. And this is exactly where we need to be. We need to retrieve the mirror from the ugly goddess.
What do you know? I got lucky.
You got lucky indeed. And there's a silver bar right there too. We'll have that. Lovely jubbly. And it looked like the corridor continued on over this way, so let's have a little nosy and see what we can see. Another one of those. Oof. Oof, they're painful. A porcupine. Got in before he poisoned me. And treasure? No treasure this time. Okay, fair enough. Let's jump back into here and swim upwards, which should take us back to Marduk's room. And indeed it does. Now, we need to get up to the top level of this room, which I believe is done, easy God, by going up here. Now then. Another porcupine. What is it with these critters in this dimension? Is this where porcupines actually come from? I'm not sure. Oh, there's another one! Okay. So, now we are up here. What we need to do is we need to get out the mirror. Because first it was decorative. Now it's a weapon. We need to point vaguely in the direction of Marduk. I believe that's how it works. Okay, this doesn't seem to be having much of a effect. Oof, okay, we are just hammering through our health here. Do we stand down here instead? I know we need to point it at him and bounce the electricity back at him. He gets a bit agitated, spins around the room. And now he's too high for us. Okay, fine. This is our Marduk boss fight. Do we now need to go up top? Maybe that was it. Maybe we just needed to be on the same plane as him. So maybe now we just need to go up to the top floor, because that seems to be where he's hanging out. And then maybe we can bounce the electricity back at him from up here. There we go. Fire away! Oh, not quite. Try again. That's number 2. Spin around, round like a record baby, round, round, right, round, round, round. Now, do we need to go back down to here? That's number 3. And I'm going to assume that once again we need to be back up on the top floor. I don't remember the boss fight being this back and forthy, but evidently so. Got him! Oh, he moved. He's obtaining more power from the all-seeing eye in the sky. Point, Indy. You've only got yourself to blame for that one. I was looking at him, you just didn't point the mirror. Got him again. Will we be able to take him from up here? Nope. Still got us, though. Fine. Oh, nice. Okay. A little bit of acrobatics right there. Good job, Indy. Got him! Alright. So now he drops that pink gem and disappears down to where Sophia's hanging out. We need to... Marduk did charge up his thunderbolts here. So we need to take the gem because we need that orb to come back down to us. So we just plug this gem into the wall here, the Marduk medallion. That brings the orb back. You may be able to whip that thing. In fact, that's exactly what we're going to do. We are going to whip this back and forth. Our whip changes to a glorious white colour. And we can continue to charge it up until Indy reckons that that ought to do it. I think this is the last time. Maybe not.
Well, that ought to do it.
That ought to do it. Perfect. So now we've got 25 charges on this lightning whip thing. Where do we go now? Well, we go back to where the entrance to Teotihuacan was, which is down here. Because you may remember that there was an orb sticking out of the wall. This is something that we can charge up. We just need to stand here, transfer some power to the orb, and then the door opens. And this takes us back into an ethereal tunnel. The tunnel we were just in. This should be the green tunnel, I believe. Let's just have a look. It is. We can see the green machinery right there. Now, let's try and progress forwards because we need to save Sophia. So we jump into where we were, just here. You may remember here. And we now need to whip this orb right here. Kapow! That retracts this platform for us. And it will allow us to continue on with part of the level. That door shuts behind us now, which is fine. We don't need to... Ouch! What was that? Oh no. Oh no. Okay, let's just put a bit of distance between ourselves, because I'm going to presume we need to go that way. Oh! Okay, so the evil Lord Marduk is prowling around. We need to keep out of his way, otherwise he's going to zap us. That's fair enough. What have we got through here? It's another membrane, which leads to King Solomon's mines. Look, there's a gem in there. As I mentioned, we need to track those down.
It opened.
It did open indeed. Let's grab the green gem.
One of King Saul's jewels.
One of King Saul's jewels. We need to go and track down the other two. We need all three in order to progress further. Let's just wait here for the evil Lord Marduk to come through. We don't want him creeping up behind us and injuring us. Gonna take a quick health kit whilst we do wait. There he goes. Completely none the wiser. He's behind you! We're not quite in Panto season yet, but it is November, so we are getting... Ugh. Don't roll that way! This thing is immortal! Damn ethereal critters. Well, it's a good job we've been saving up poison kits since, like, Babylon. Alright, now we can whip this second orb. Evil Lord Marduk waiting behind us. No doubt he is just gonna absolutely hemorrhage our health in but a moment's time. He didn't. Okay, we managed to subvert him on this occasion. That's good. Now we have ourselves another ethereal tunnel, which presumably will lead us towards another one of King Solomon's jewels. It's looking likely. Indeed it does. It's the purple one this time. Or blue, depending on your perspective. What colour was that dress in the end? Did anyone ever find out? I think it looked... I can't remember what the options were now. What was it? It was like white and gold or blue and black or something like that. I'm fairly sure that I always saw a mix of the two. I think whatever it was blue. That's what I seem to remember it being. Oh, there's two entrances. Okay, which one did we come through? Oh! Bye, Marduk. Unless it just leads to the same... Oh, it just leads to the same place. Okay, fine. No drama there. Another porcupine... What are you doing? Yeah, that's it. You ignore me. Good. Alright, so now we have the final orb of power that we need to whip. Fantastic. And we get a cutscene for this one. So now Marduk has possessed Sophia Hapgood, and now we have a much bigger fight on our hands. Why is the camera in a weird position? Can we go upwards a bit? Back to where it should be? I feel like that's pretty close. Good, good. Let's take that out. How am I doing on ammo? Not good. We may need to buy some more at the end of this level, because whilst this is the final level of the main game, we do have the secret level. Which way do I need to go? I think I need to go this way for the final gem. We do have the secret level that we have been able to go to at absolutely any point we wish throughout this game, but I decided we may as well leave it until the end because it's a bonus level and there's no point interrupting the main plot of the game for the bonus level. Here we are.
What do you know? It worked.
The final King Solomon jewel. The red
One
one.
of King Saul's jewels.
And that enables us to crack on with the level now. Oh, we drop down through there. Now, where do we go? We need to find our way back down to the bottom of this massive chamber. And I think we do that by coming back up this tunnel because we had a choice of paths here, and then we just drop down into here. Perfect. That leads us back around to here, which is right where we want to be. So let's pop the first of those jewels into position. It'll be the green jewel, and we need that to open up the doorway right here. If we can do that before we get attacked by Marduk, that would be wonderful. The door retracts into the wall.
Whoa, it opened.
It opened indeed. And we have another portion of reality from Babylon, no less. That causes Babylon to begin to leak into the Aetherium. It grows over the tunnel and thus disables that tunnel. And for some reason, Marduk doesn't take too kindly to having bits of the real world leak into his own.
Medical kit.
That's understandable, I suppose. A trauma kit, a chest of money,
Look what I found.
and a poison kit.
Some medicine.
Given how we've been cracking through poison kits like no tomorrow, that's probably a good thing. Oh, I thought it disabled the thing, but maybe it doesn't. Now we're just being hammered by Marduk. Can we fly up here? Is there any reason for us to? It doesn't appear so. Oh. No, it doesn't look like it. That's fair enough. It just seems that these tunnels then would lead around back to where we fought Marduk initially. However, we do need to start playing a bit more carefully because I'm saying he... Oh! Damn it. I crashed the game. Oh no, I didn't. No, I didn't. Don't worry. Your boy has done it. He's okay. That's fine. I pressed escape and alt and I thought that broke the game, but it seems like we're fine. Phew!
I'll be damned. It opened.
Especially as it's been a hot minute since we've saved, so we should probably chalk one of those up too. Let's break open this portion of reality, allow some more of Babylon to leak through into our own world. And do you know what? We're relatively near the end now. This might be a longer video, but we'll just power through it. We're relatively near the end of this level. Allow our ethereal indicator to recharge. Any treasure in this little bit, or was that just to advance the thing? No, that was just to advance the thing. Okie dokie. I'm not quite sure how you're supposed to dodge. Do I still have the mirror? I don't. I was going to say, I'm not sure how you're supposed to dodge attacks from Marduk here, but never mind. Because, like, look at that. He/she has just taken out all of our health whilst moving from one part to another. So I'm not entirely sure what you're supposed to do. And there we go. Another trauma kit right there. We'll power through that. Thank God we got loads of medicinal herbs. Alright, and that is our final membrane broken, which allows us to really do some damage to the evil Lord/Lady Marduk.
What's this?
We have ourselves a medical
First
kit,
aid.
and it doesn't appear like there's any treasure in here either. Fine, let's return to the middle of the room here, because now is where we really do some damage. We need to ascend here and then ascend somewhere else. Indy! There we go. We need to ascend, climb the ranks right here. And now we need to have our whip out and wait for Marduk to come in and whip her when better than that though. When she yells, that's the time to whip. Did a lot of damage right there though. What are you thinking now? Fine, there we go. I'm not sure if it's a timing thing or if you just get damaged every single time, but never mind. Oh, called that one wrong. Oh no, we did it. We did get it. Okay, fine. So it seems if you whip her early enough, then actually she doesn't get near enough to damage you. Good job. Okay, this is how you do it. By the way, don't take any of this kind of whipping him or her out of context, because I'm not all about that. Wherefore art thou now? There she blows. And then we just need to do this until finally the Lord / Lady Marduk gives up. Definitely don't take that out of context. You definitely don't want to whip them till they give up. That's, you know what, actually I'm just going to stop talking. And that does it.
What? What is it? Have I got two heads or something?
No, 2 faces maybe.
Pardon me?
You were on Turner's side, right up until the end there.
I never lied. I'm a professional. I was doing my job.
I guess that's human enough.
You bastard.
Let's live to tell this tale.
And that pretty much concludes the Aetherium. Now we just need to follow Sophia out of here. And I'm not quite sure how this works. Aetherium. God, what a difficult word to spell. I'm not quite sure how this works. Obviously, as we run through here now, the reality and non-reality in the dimension itself begins to collapse. So we need to escape. As far as I know, the falling rubble doesn't actually do any damage to us, and all of the big pieces of rubble like that fall way ahead of time, so we're never actually in any danger from them. But it's always worth being careful anyway, just in case. And of course, because we need to keep our eye out for any additional treasure that may be lying around. And anything down there? Nope. Big pit of death. We want to avoid that for certain. Oopsie daisy. Good job. Up the steps. That falls into place for us nice and conveniently. Thank you. Now, what I mean by the fact is I'm not quite sure how this all relates to each other is that we was in a different dimension. A different piece of reality. Thank you. But yeah, just through climbing up through these bits and bobs, we return to the real world. So that feels a bit unusual to me, but never mind. Never mind. I'm sure that the game devs knew what they were doing. There we go. A silver idol. A fanfare. And that will conclude our adventures through the main plotline of Indiana Jones and the Infernal Machine. We just need to climb up here, then up here, and then there she is. Look, there's Sophia right there. Just one more, and that does it.
Well, well. Reds again.
Did you find God, Dr. Jones?
I hope not. Whoever we ran into wasn't very forgiving.
That's a relief. As you know, socialist theory disavows the existence of supernatural powers.
And you expect to win the Cold War?
I expect a long struggle.
Listen, Gennady, you don't happen to have any socialist vodka on hand? I'm thirsty.
And that concludes it. I'm not quite sure why everyone is friends in the end, but they are. And that is how the Cold War was won. Maybe. May not be factually accurate. That does it for the main plot of Indiana Jones and the Infernal Machine. I hope you have enjoyed this playthrough. If you have, then please do leave a thumbs up and a comment down below and let me know what you thought. And maybe you'd even consider hitting the subscribe button and sharing the series with your friends. We're not quite over yet. We have got one more level, the secret bonus level, which I shall play in the next video. It's a level that I don't really know all that well, so it may be a little bit longer, and there may be 1 or 2 more Indiana Jones videos after this one. But that does it. I will offer up all of my thoughts and my post-series summary at the end of the final bonus level, because then we'll also get the credit roll and I can talk as the credits roll, because I like to leave the credits in. It's worth paying respect and acknowledging the people who put a lot of time and effort into creating this game, so that's when we shall do that. Other than that, though, I'm not going to click the close button just yet because I'm not sure if we launch straight into it or whatever. Other than that, I will see you next time. Thank you for watching. Take care. Have a good day. Bye!